Well, hope everybody's doing well today. We certainly have got some very interesting weather going on at the moment, and it's about to get more and more interesting as we go towards the second half of this working week. Thanks for clicking on to the Wednesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. We're looking actually at the temperatures for yesterday afternoon. These are the high temperatures, and of course you can see plenty of warmth even across Scotland, where we've seen temperatures as high as 18.5 on the Moray coast yesterday, and of course we've seen the record-breaking temperature of 24.5 down in the Greater London area yesterday. That of course was the warmest March day since 1963. These are the current temperatures, and what a difference a day makes for particularly the northern half of the British Isles. Of course, we're only looking at temperatures, instead of being in the mid-teens, at 4 degrees in Aviemore, 6 at Tain, 6 at Inverness Airport, and of course, instead of having 18.5 at Kinloss yesterday, or no, in fact, that's Lossiemouth, we've only got 6 degrees for the same time this afternoon as opposed to yesterday. But of course, to the south of the frontal boundary, we're still seeing warmth. In fact, we're seeing Weybourne on the Norfolk coast at 24 Celsius just a couple of hours ago, and we've still got 22s, 23 degrees across the eastern portion of England here. 13 degrees a couple of hours ago at Glasgow, now down to 9 degrees, and only 6 at Edinburgh. So a very significant change in temperature over the last 24 hours across northern portions of Britain as a frontal system starts to push south. These temperatures will hold on for another day or so, not quite as high, but still relatively warm for the time of the year. But you can see here, this is off the GFS ensemble. Now, meteorologically speaking, this is a very, very interesting pattern. And in a sense, what we've got coming up, at the end of the week through the Easter weekend, and particularly so into early next week, has the potential to be fairly rare, though not unprecedented, for the month of April in the British Isles. We have got an exceptionally strong push of Arctic air for the time of the year that is potentially going to descend over the British Isles during particularly Easter Monday, and I'll show you in just a second what's going on here. So these are the temperature anomalies during yesterday afternoon, firmly above normal. Ireland, UK, pretty much all of Europe with the exceptions of Turkey and so forth. But you can see here, as we skip through the animation, this is pretty much this afternoon. Temperatures now below normal across Scotland, above normal across England and Wales, and eventually this warmth is going to get washed out over the British Isles here. Through the second half of this work week, we are going to see a modest cold air mass descend over the British Isles here. So yeah, we're going to go from exceptionally above normal to slightly below normal, nothing extreme, if you will. And you can even see here how the temperatures kind of come up slightly, and the reason why is we're going to start to see high pressure to the northwest kind of push its way into the UK. Now, of course, with strong sunshine and lighter winds, you get you get the response of the sun at this time of the year, and therefore you get warmer conditions here. So we're not going to all of a sudden just plunge into the freezer, if you will. But what we're going to see is we're going to see the wax and wane in temperature. So you can see here we go from above normal to below normal. And the reason why is that the air mass is fairly dry, and therefore we see the warmth during the day, but the cold starts to descend during the overnight period. So we're going to see that big fluctuation, that classic diurnal swing between sub-freezing mornings and pleasantly warm afternoons as we push through the second half of the weekend here. You can see here we flip from below normal to above normal with the response of the sun during the daytime. But it's as we push, and this is of course, this is the middle portion of the Easter weekend, so this is Saturday. And you notice here that as we start to skip through the weekend, another chilly morning into Sunday morning. So this is Easter Sunday. It's looking, and cast your eyes to the north here and watch as we descend through Easter Sunday and into Easter Monday. Watch how this major cold air descends south over the British Isles here. And what's interesting is, while we see potentially snow showers at low levels all the way down to the south coast of England, what we're going to see is temperatures stuck in low single figures potentially throughout the British Isles during the day on Easter Monday here. So that is a pretty rare thing. Not so much across the north of Britain in early April, but down in throughout the whole of the UK, snow in the air, wind chill below freezing, temperatures struggling to get out of mid-single figures during the afternoon on the 5th and 6th of April is pretty impressive stuff. Like I say, it's not unprecedented, but it is fairly rare to see. And what's quite interesting, as we skip through this sequence here, folks, you notice here that we have the kind of additional waves of cold air coming down from the north. And what that's going to do, that tells me that we're going to continue to see this cold pattern, just continuous waves of cold seen by the GFS ensemble and the GFS operational. Like, I mean, some of these purple colours indicate temperatures that are a good 12 to 15 Celsius below normal, which is very, very impressive cold, to say the least here. And we are going to continue to see that cold, according to the model at least, try to hold on through the middle portion of April here. See a little bit of above normal creeping in here, but you can see that the model is trying to hold the cold. And then of course the GFS indicates that we're going to start to turn things around. But all in all, it looks as if we're going to hold on to a cold pattern through a good chunk of the first half of April. So very impressive, to say the least here. Still a little bit out. We could still see the models back off from the extremity of the cold, but all in all, it looks as if we have some exceptional cold air coming in during the back end of the Easter weekend. So lots of things going on. Keep it right here on YouTube, on markvoganweather.com. Follow me on Twitter for regular updates, and I'll be back in the next couple of days with more. Bye for now.